John, reflecting on Sunday's match against Wasps now, the dust is firmly settled on that one. What are your takeaways 48, 72 hours later?
Yeah, the reality is 72 hours later, I'm hurting immensely still. Nobody hurts more than I do when that sort of thing happens. I can only begin to think how supporters, everybody connected with the club feels about it, because you go out there and you want to give your all. We see the Harlequins stadium on a match day as being our extended family, and being brutally honest, we let the family down, and we didn't perform where we needed to. It's not deliberate. The boys have been working really hard. I thought they were in great shape going into the game. The reality is that we didn't take the chances we had in the first half. We should have been well ahead at half time, and we weren't. We gave away 2 very soft tries during the period at 15 all, straight after. We had a few players on the pitch who were struggling. Matt Lomanu, James Chisholm, Carl Sinclair, to name but a few, who are big personalities. And I think it's fair to say we were stung by those 2 quick tries, and we could never clear our head. And it was a really difficult half an hour. Even then, we could have had a point at the end of the game. There were some good things that came out of it, but the bottom line is you don't want that feeling, not at home. You don't want it anywhere. But the great thing is that you get the opportunity to pick ourselves up, and we know we've got a huge challenge against Leicester on Saturday. You go up to Welford Road, you know it's going to be a tough game, tough environment to play in. But maybe it's what the guys actually need to get Sunday out of their system, and yeah, we'll kick on, because that's what you do. And we'll move on from there. It came from really nowhere really for me, because I feel as if the work and the effort the guys have been putting in had been terrific. And as I said, it was a deeply disappointing day, and I don't want to repeat that in a hurry. Thank you.
Like you said, the league season rumbles on, and we head up to Leicester this weekend. There's been a couple of good news stories in terms of players returning. The likes of your Sam Toomey's, people have been out for a long time. Who else is there, John, coming up in those?
I think Tim Sweel is back available for selection this weekend. I've announced an extended squad as we speak, actually, so I haven't announced the team yet. That'll come out on Friday, with it being a short turnaround and a few knocks. We've also got James Horwell not too far away. I'm not sure he'll make this weekend. Sam Toomey you've just mentioned, which is obviously extremely encouraging news. Charlie Walker is probably a week away, I would say, but very close to getting back in. A couple of the knocks that we got at the weekend are not too bad. James Chisholm particularly we thought might struggle, but looks like he's going to make the game. So yeah, we've got a few, and in the next couple of weeks we've got players coming back into the fold as well. Dimitri Katrakillis is probably the main one. Every day the confidence levels are getting more and more. He's now running at full maximum level without discomfort or being able to control breathing, little discomfort now, and that should mean that he'll be back on the rugby pitch within a fortnight now. Genuinely, it's been a little bit, it should only be a few more weeks now, but I think we've got a definitive plan, and we expect him back available for selection now by the end of the month, which would be a huge lift. If James Horwell doesn't make this weekend, he would certainly make next week, and Charlie Walker will certainly make next week. Francis is the other one that's, the unknown a little. So frustrating. Way I put it to people is, well, James Chisholm was out for 7 months with this. Francis has had 4 months now. Probably even more frustrating for him, because he feels as if he's absolutely right to go, but the markers are not quite where they want to be. He goes back to the specialist again in about a fortnight, and look, the way he's feeling is brilliant, and it shouldn't be long before we get what we want, which is to see that player in a Harlequin shirt, which I desperately want to see him and Dimitri out there, and Ronaldo, the high-profile signings that we made last summer, where we just haven't had them on the field meaningfully over the course of the year. Ronaldo will be out for most of the rest of the year, as will Rob Buchanan as well. George Merrick is out for 2 months. Elia is out for a couple of months as well. Jack Clifford might be back by the beginning of next month, middle of next month, which is really positive news for us as well going forward. So we're getting players back. losing a few as well. But the important thing for us is to focus on this weekend, and whoever's selected to play, we've got to go up there and we've got to really put our nose to the grindstone.